Some sports cars make a fantastic used buy. Quite a few of them are now victims to depreciation. They're cool, fast, and mostly good looking. And they make great for a second car if you've been forced into buying a bigger car or if you're just looking for a new cool daily. Not to mention that there have been tons of underappreciated sports cars from the last decade. But a big concern when buying a used car is reliability. Indeed, a lot of older sports cars have proved themselves to be hideously unreliable. But it doesn't have to be a rule of thumb for all used sports cars. As it turns out, some of them can be quite reliable, and they can potentially last a lifetime. Luckily for you, you clicked on this video, because today you're going to learn about the 7 most reliable sports cars of all time. The Lexus RCF. Those looking for reliability can't go wrong with a Lexus. The Lexus RCF was launched back in 2014, so there's been plenty of time to figure out whether it's reliable or not. And we're not surprised to learn that it's one of the most rock-solid sports cars when it comes to reliability. Those lacking the finances that get the $65,000 RCF should consider the RC instead. That's because its reliability is just as good. We prefer the RCF due to its more sportier nature. The 5-liter 2UR GSE V8 engine is bulletproof, so regular maintenance should be sufficient to provide you with a lifetime of fast Japanese motoring. The BMW 2 Series. It's no secret that BMW doesn't exactly have a stellar reputation for reliability, particularly the V8 and V12 models they've made over the years. However, the 2 Series coupe is surprisingly more reliable than many might expect. The M235i of this generation, which later became the M240i, is one of the most reliable sports cars on Earth. A well-established rear-wheel drive platform, effective powertrain, and an optional manual transmission are just some of its great characteristics. And the price tag doesn't hurt either, with plenty of models going for around $30,000 on the used market. The Toyota 86. First debuting in 2012, the 86, along with its BRZ and short-lived Scion FRS siblings, was a true back-to-basics affordable sports car. It was a lot like its spiritual predecessor, the AE86 Corolla of the 1980s. The 86 was affordable when new, and it's one of the cheapest reliable used sports cars on the market. Even though it doesn't have much power under the hood, it's a reliable car with plenty of aftermarket support, and a chassis that is so well made you can drift it with the Prius tires it comes with, at least 120 miles per hour. The Honda/ACURA INTEGRA. Ever since it arrived on the market, the Honda ACURA INTEGRA Type R has been heralded as one of the best handling front-wheel drive cars of all time. This was a serious sports car that was developed on racetracks, and Honda used every trick in the book to make it as lightweight and responsive as possible. While it does have some serious race car DNA, it still retains that legendary Honda reliability, which means that it can be daily driven as a commuter car, and beat all to hell on a track in the weekend. Unfortunately, prices have skyrocketed in recent years, so it's a little bit out of reach for most gearheads these days. Yet if you want a classic, reliable front-wheel drive sports car, the Integra is a great choice. The Honda S2000. As most S2000s were modified and/or crashed, and values for well-preserved ones have started creeping up. However, they're still well within the realms of affordable in most cases, except for the special editions like the CR. The 2-liter high-revving, naturally aspirated 4-cylinder made 240 horsepower, and with the S2000 weighing about 100 pounds, that meant that it was fast. The chassis was perfectly designed as well, and the S2000 could hold its own around corners. If 4 cylinders isn't really your thing, the S2000 has just enough room under the hood for an LS motor swap if you wanted to add a little bit more power. The Porsche 911. The iconic German sports car, despite its lower than average reliability rating, deserves consideration for its performance and class-leading value retention. The Porsche 911 has an upscale interior with a 10.9-inch touchscreen infotainment system. Under the hood is a 3-liter twin-turbocharged flat 6 making 379 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque. 3 additional engine options are available, topping out with a 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat 6 with 640 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. The new Porsche 911 costs between $113,000 and $244,000, and a 3-year-old used Porsche 911 costs between $83,000 and $172,000. Sure, this sports car is very expensive, but it's an excellent investment since it will last a lifetime. The Audi TT S. The Audi TTS is the performance version of the Audi TT. It has a more powerful engine with 288 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds and comes with all-wheel drive. Just like the German cars of the past, the Audi TTS has been pretty much bulletproof when it comes to reliability. Ownership is as simple as regular servicing and maintenance, no matter if it's the old 1.8 turbo engine or the current 2-liter unit. The new Audi TTS costs between $59,000 and $63,000, and a 3-year-old used Audi TTS costs between $38,000 and $46,000. The Chevy Corvette. The Chevy Corvette is a classic American sports car that has been around for ages, dating back to 1953 and being produced almost consistently since then, although there was no Corvette in 1983. It's one of the best-selling premium sports cars that's developed a reputation as being a high-performance giant slayer that can easily take down cars that are twice its price. Its old-school pushrod V8 engine tracks back to 1955 and has proven its reliability both on and off the street. It comes with one potent engine across all trims, the 6.2-liter V8 with 490 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. The upgraded exhaust package bumps up the performance to 495 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. It's basically a very reliable luxury sports car that performs like a supercar, adding to its popularity. A new Chevy Corvette costs between $76,000 and $119,000, and a 3-year-old used version costs between $48,000 and $86,000. The Nissan 370Z. Even though the Nissan 370Z is an aging sports car that hasn't been redesigned since 2009, it's still one of the most reliable sports cars on the planet. The Nissan 370Z has a 3.7-liter V6 base engine with 332 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, while an upgraded 3.7-liter V6 with 350 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque is also available. It also comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission. A new Nissan 370Z costs between $31,000 and $48,000. And a 2018 used Nissan 370Z costs between $22,000 and $36,000. The Chevy Camaro. Known as the everyman sports car, the Camaro has 4 engine choices ranging from its standard turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 275 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque to a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 with 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. The Camaro is praised for its responsive steering and swift acceleration. The iconic Chevy Camaro is available as convertible or a coupe and has a starting MSRP of $25,000, making it one of the most affordable, reliable sports cars on the market. A new Chevy Camaro costs between $26,000 and $65,000, and a 3-year-old used Chevy Camaro costs between $20,000 and $56,000. The Mercedes-Benz SL. The Mercedes SL is a luxury 2 convertible, a sports car for those who care less about low weight or raw power and want a more solid build quality and refinement. The SL delivers on this with its muted but rapid power delivery, elegant interior, and stylish upscale design. It comes with a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 engine with 362 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. An upgraded twin turbocharged 4.7-liter V8 with 449 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque is also available. Starting at around 6 figures, this is absolutely not a cheap car, relegating it to wealthy shoppers looking for a 3rd or 4th car to be used occasionally, even though depreciation hits them hard, as will lose around 60% of their value within 5 years. According to a study on the highest depreciating sports cars, they never became any cheaper to maintain, keeping them out of the hands of those who really want to drive regularly. This 1-2 punch keeps the SLs as perpetual weekend cars that never really accommodate major mileage, making them a very reliable sports car if you buy them used. The Audi S5. The Audi S5 is the performance version of the Audi A5 small luxury car. The Audi S5 has a sophisticated interior with a lot of high-end materials, which comes standard with leather upholstery and power-adjustable heated front seats. The Audi S5 has a 349 horsepower turbocharged V6 engine that can reach up to 155 miles per hour. The new Audi S5 costs between $55,000 and $69,000, and a 3-year-old used S5 costs between $36,000 and $48,000. The MX-5 Miata. The Mazda MX-5 Miata began as an effort by the Japanese automaker to make an affordable traditional European-style sports car. The Miata has excellent fuel economy for its class at 26 miles per gallon in the city and 36 miles per gallon on the highway. It has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. While it does not measure up to its competition for power, the MX-5 Miata makes up with its nimble, responsive handling, low weight, and excellent reliability. A new MX-5 costs between $26,000 and $36,000, while a 3-year used Miata costs between $20,000 and $26,000. But some models can exceed the $30,000 mark. The Ford Mustang. The Ford Mustang was remarkable when it debuted in the 1960s because it combined sports car aspirations with the realities of daily driving in an attractive package. The Mustang's simple and robust rear-wheel drive platform and durable engine options endure the use and abuse of both fun and functional car shoppers. It comes standard with a 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 310 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. There are 3 V8 engine options to choose from, including 2 5-liter V8s with 460 horsepower or 480 horsepower in the GT, Bullet, or Mach 1 respectively. There's also a 5.2-liter supercharged V8 with 760 horsepower offered by the Shelby GT 500. And having been consistently in production since 1964, there's plenty of old yet desirable Mustangs to enjoy for a relatively low price, though the Mustang does retain its value better than the average sports car. All of this can explain why the Mustang has taken the top spot among American sports cars when it comes to reliability ratings, with the highest percentage of vehicles reaching 100,000 miles on the odometer. A longtime favorite of the muscle car set, the Mustang is a good choice for a cheap, fun sports car in the American tradition. The BMW Z4. The BMW Z4 earned second place as the most reliable sports car. It's a 2-seat convertible that serves as a comfortable daily driver for those who never needed to haul more than one passenger. It also has a trunk that's above average size for the small convertible class. The Z4 offers 2 available powertrains, a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with 255 horsepower and an upgraded 3-liter 6-cylinder with 382 horsepower. A new BMW Z4 costs between $53,000 and $72,000, and a 2-year-old used model costs between $45,000 and $51,000. The BMW Z4 skipped the 2017 and 2018 model year, so 3-year-old used versions are unavailable. The Audi TT. Earning the top spot is the regular Audi TT. The front-wheel drive Audi TT is an elegant, usable sports car. It has a hardtop, refined road manners, it hugs the road, and is relatively quiet and comfortable, and gets better fuel economy compared to most of the cars on this list. It even has a back seat, small as it is. These traits make it a better daily driver than tiny convertibles like the Miata, or burly V8 machines like the Mustang. The Audi TT has a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. A new Audi TT costs between $54,000 and $58,000, and a used Audi TT from the 2018 model year costs between $36,000 and $43,000. The Dodge Challenger. The muscular Dodge Challenger comes standard with a powerful 3.6-liter engine that produces 303 horsepower and 268 pound-feet of torque. It offers some of the most powerful engines on the market, including a whopping 5 V8 options, ranging from 375 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque to its 6.2-liter supercharged V8 Hemi with 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque. The new 2021 Dodge Challenger recently made the list of the most practical sports cars compiled by US News. So if you're on the hunt for something you could drive every day without sacrificing any excitement, then this just might be the vehicle for you. A new Dodge Challenger costs between $24,000 and $68,000, and a 3-year-old used Dodge Challenger costs between $21,000 and $59,000. Well guys, those are the most reliable sports cars of all time. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like what you see at the channel, subscribe and put post notifications on. You could also follow the channel on Instagram at Modern Muscle YT. I'm Jeff from Modern Muscle, and I'll see ya next time.